Hi, Robin. Thank you for agreeing to meet with us at the last minute today. I wanted to talk to you. I told you that we went to the summer meeting and I had a lot of new tools to share with you. The first thing is I wanted to speak with you for a moment. You just took over the neuro ICU as the CNS, so this is a perfect opportunity for me to share some things, some education regarding what we're seeing across the country and some of the trends. What would you say? So we're going to go into treating for normothermia. What do you say across the country that you guys are seeing as far as, or for your patient population, for patients who have an increase in temperature? Like, what are you doing? What are you treating? What is considered an increase in temperature? When they get to a certain number, what are you doing? What are you giving? What are you prescribing? Or what are your trends in your individual hospital?
I would say probably typically for our neuro unit, about 101.5.
Okay.
They'll prescribe Tylenol.
Tylenol.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's kind of what this graph is showing. You get a patient that they have an increase in temperature, it starts to rise, and typically what we see is after 2 hours, Tylenol is giving. So after that 2 hour mark, or if you realize that Tylenol is not working for that patient, then what do you normally do for your patients?
We'll throw blankets on them. Sometimes give stuff ice packs in their hospital area.
And that's exactly, this graph will show that normally the patient's temperature, they start with Tylenol not working, then they'll move to the water blankets. So then you have a patient whose temp is continuously going up. The Tylenol's not working, the water blankets are not working. What do you say, or what do you see your physicians do at this point, or your nurses do at this point?
They'll maybe switch to ibuprofen if it's okay. Sometimes we'll put more ice on them, do what we can, but sometimes we just have patients we can't get their temps down.
Right.
And
that's what we are seeing. So there are significant metabolic changes that are happening in the body that has consequences on our patients if we don't control that patient's temperature. So if we continuously let them go up, then your patient's going to suffer from those consequences, that vital signs being increased, and we've seen that it could even possibly be associated with longer lengths of stay. So that's what I want to talk. You have 3 devices in your hospital that you can use. Once you've tried Tylenol and water blankets, the trends that we're seeing, the temperature keeps increasing, then you can use the Arctic Sun, break the fever, and whatever your physicians describe as, or prescribe as for their normothermia temperature, whether it be 37, 37.5, it's independent for your neuro ICU and your patient selection. But what they describe for their target temperature to control normothermia would be up to the physicians and independent on the patients. But you can use the Arctic Sun, break that temperature, and control normothermia with this device.
Never thought about that before.
I know.
We always considered that the post-arrest machine. Like always. Like we never considered actually using it for fever.
And so the mindset we need to change from the cardiac arrest machine to a temperature controlling machine.
Yeah,
so
totally get it.
I'm super excited about this. I've got lots of other things to share with you, but do you think this would be something that would this resonate with your physicians?
Oh yeah, I mean, we give the Tylenol. It doesn't work.
Okay. 1 to 2 hours doesn't work. We have an increase. Try the water blankets.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. And then we see 102.2 possibly or higher, and then you can consider the Arctic Sun, break that fever, and control normothermia.
This would make sense because, they're not going to want to go right to the Arctic Sun, right? Because if we can treat them with Tylenol, it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be,
and we don't recommend this for every patient.
So you're talking about like that patient population where we haven't been able to get them down.
Absolutely. Okay. So if you consider a pathway, or even, I know as nurses we have an algorithm that we think in our brain, but if you start off at here and the patient's temperature continues to increase, then you would try the water blankets. Doesn't work, and then you would go into your Arctic Sun therapy. If it does break the fever, then you won't use the Arctic Sun. If it continues to rise, then that's when you would consider using the Arctic Sun for those patients.
Okay.
Fever's broken, controlled normothermia. I would like to show this to your physicians.
That'd be great.
And so I've had success in other hospitals. We get like maybe the critical care team together, or someone that would, make decisions on using different protocols, and we can share these things and what we're seeing as far as the trends. Do you think that's something that maybe you can get us in front of some of the physicians and maybe let us know when the meetings are, or present this?
We've got 2 new guys, 2 neurointensivists, brand new, spanking new. And
the timing is right.
They're younger. I think they'd be maybe a little more savvy with the current trends that are going on. So I think this would be great. I'd be happy to set it up.
And so, and they are probably aware. If not, we can help them. And again, you've got 3 units in your hospital,
right.
So we can absolutely figure out the processes so that we can start treating these patients.
Love it.
So I'm going to show you the new Neuro Arctic Circle now.
Love it.
Thank you for